All right, let's just jump right into this explainer. Today, we're tracing one of the most absolute, jaw-dropping records in the history of international sports, Cristiano Ronaldo's World Cup scoring legacy. We are going to map out his journey from his very first tournament way back in 2006 all the way through to 2022. And we're doing it by looking closely at the raw, unfiltered match commentary that narrated these iconic moments exactly as they happened. By analyzing the actual broadcast, we can really unpack the evolution of a player who completely redefined what's possible on the pitch.
5. It's a simple number, but it's the absolute cornerstone of what we're looking at today. To truly appreciate this incredible legacy, you really have to ask yourself, what does it actually take to sustain peak human performance, overcome just immense pressure, and score on the world's absolute biggest stage across 5 separate, grueling tournaments spanning 16 years? It's a feat that demands way more than just talent. It takes unprecedented physical and mental endurance.
So, here's our roadmap for today. 2006, 2010, 2014, 2018, and finally, 2022. Each year is a distinct chapter, showcasing a player who continuously adapted his game, overcame droughts, hunted down records, and eventually achieved something no other human being ever has.
Chapter 1, The Boy from Madeira. Our story kicks off at the 2006 World Cup. Picture this, a 21-year-old kid taking on suffocating pressure in his very first World Cup appearance. He's stepping up to the penalty spot, carrying the hopes of an entire nation against Iran. After composing himself and waiting for referee Poular's whistle, he buries it. The match commentary right then was so telling. They immortalized the moment, calling him the boy from Madeira who loves playing for his country as much as anyone. From literally day one, this wasn't just a goal. It was the arrival of a fiercely patriotic talent taking Portugal straight through from Group D.
But the path to greatness is rarely a straight line, is it? Fast forward to 2010, playing under Carlos Queiroz against North Korea. Things were drastically different. He was actually in a serious slump. He hadn't scored a competitive international goal for 2 whole years. The pressure was mounting. But then, boom, a much-needed breakthrough in a massive 6-0 win. And how did he break that drought? The commentary literally says he had to juggle his way through the defense to finally find the back of the net. Talk about improvisational relief.
Moving on to Chapter 2, The Milestone Hunter, at the 2014 World Cup.
By this point, the young prodigy had totally transformed into this ruthless attacker, completely obsessed with output. And in the match against Ghana, he hits a massive landmark. 50 international career goals. But what's wild is how he got there. It wasn't some gorgeous sweeping passing sequence. With just over 10 minutes left, there's total confusion in the Ghanaian defense, and he just capitalizes on absolute chaos to smash in Portugal's second goal. It was all about grit over perfection, just smashing the rebound. The commentary paints this vivid picture. A goalkeeper pawed the ball out, 2 defenders are right there, but Ronaldo just smashes it right back in. It wasn't pretty, right? But it ended his World Cup goal drought in Brazil. It just shows you a guy who absolutely refuses to give up on a play. Chapter 3, The Sochi Masterpiece. The 2018 World Cup clash against Spain.
This match was just pure, unadulterated chaos and peak performance. He single-handedly dragged his team through a heavyweight bout. Here's how this legendary hat-trick unfolded step by step. Step 1, an opening penalty, sending David De Gea the wrong way for his 82nd goal in his 151st appearance. Step 2, right before halftime, he takes a shot that uncharacteristically slips right through De Gea's hands, a huge error that flips the match. And finally, Step 3, trailing late in the game, he sets up for a free kick.
And he produces a moment of sheer genius to tie the game. The commentator goes crazy, shouting that he sent it perfectly up over the wall, down under the crossbar, calling it exemplary perfection. He proved right there that no matter the stakes or the opponent, he is the one writing the headlines. Just a breathtaking equalizer in Sochi that firmly cemented his legacy.
Chapter 4, Eclipsing a Legend. Still in 2018, but now against Morocco. Just 4 minutes into the game, João Moutinho swings in this short cross that literally changes European football history forever. By powerfully heading that ball in, Ronaldo hits 85 goals in 152 games, and in doing so, he officially surpasses the legendary Ferenc Puskás of Real Madrid. He didn't just score a goal here, he left an absolute legend in the rearview mirror.
The commentary at that moment is chillingly definitive. With that single powerful header, he became the greatest European goal scorer in the entire history of international football. He was now statistically unmatched on his continent. He stood completely alone at the summit. It's really the ultimate masterclass in what happens when undeniable talent meets an absolute refusal to be second best.
And that brings us to our final chapter, Chapter 5, 5 World Cups at the 2022 tournament.
So, we have to ask ourselves, what does it look like to achieve a moment of World Cup history that has never been done before by any player? Like, how does that actually manifest on the broadcast? Well, it looks like relentless, unstoppable consistency. Under the absolute brightest lights imaginable, he steps up to the penalty spot with a chance to do something no human being had ever done.
He delivers this fantastic finish with immense power, cleanly beating the keeper, and unleashes that trademark celebration. And the commentary confirms it. Cristiano Ronaldo officially becomes the first player ever to score at 5 different World Cups. He shattered a ceiling that had existed for nearly a century of World Cup football. Just an unbelievable moment.
But you know what's really wild about this? It's the trust. The commentator points out something fascinating right before that kick. His teammates backed him so completely that they didn't even follow in for a rebound. They literally stood 3 or 4 yards back. Why? Because they had absolute, unwavering certainty that he was going to score. It was a massive moment, and his team just knew he wasn't going to miss.
To wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with a quote from the broadcast that perfectly captures his aura. Even with everyone speculating about a looming farewell, the commentator had to admit, the farewell may be approaching, but the legend is not finished yet. His historic achievements, from 2006 to 2022, have completely cemented his immortal status in the sport. And honestly, it leaves us with a pretty provocative thought. When one single individual can dominate across 5 different eras of the world's most demanding tournament, what are the true upper limits of human greatness? Thanks for exploring this journey with me. Keep questioning those limits.